These are amazing. They're beautiful. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Megan. If you didn't know, now you know. And today I'm gonna teach you how to do perfect, smooth, seamless gradients using the sponge method. No more struggling with an ombre brush or trying to get your colors to blend together with the bottle brush. Let me show you how I do it. So, these are the 3 colors we're gonna use for our gradient. You can use 2 colors if you want, you can use more, but we're gonna do 3. These are all from Orly. This one is called Crash the Party. This one is called Hibiscus. And this one is called Cowabunga. And to make this a little bit more intense, we're gonna do one French gradient. This is my favorite nude. It's called Nourishing Nude. It's a bit sheer, but I like it. Now, the first thing we need to do to ensure that we get a bright and opaque gradient is put down a white base. If we gradient straight on our clear nails, it may just be dull and lifeless, but white will make it pop. This is from Finger Paints. It's called Paper Mache. This is my favorite white base paint. It's affordable and quality. I'm gonna paint this onto 4 of my fingers. It's the ring finger that we're gonna do the nude so that we can make a French. Now, because we're just using this for a base, we're not gonna need to go in and do 2 coats because it doesn't have to be perfect. We're putting paint on top of this. This is just a background. If you did want to wear just this white polish, you could, but I would recommend 2 coats for sure. All right, let's go ahead and paint our ring finger. Now for this one, I am gonna do 2 coats because half the nail is gonna be this nude color. It's gonna be the part that is exposed, so we do wanna make it look finished. I will dry these, do the second coat of the nude here, and then we're gonna need to do a little top coating. Only after that will we be able to start the French, and I'm gonna show you how we're gonna do that. All right, we're gonna go in with the Seche Vive top coat. It's my favorite. I'm just gonna cover all of these nails, and this will provide us a smooth but sturdy surface on which we can build our nail art. All right, gonna dry that too. Okay, so these are what's known as tip guides. They're a little hack for making Frenches, and we're gonna use this normal gentle curve one to make our French line. Now, I have to tell you, stickers like this are notorious for trying to pull up your nail polish if it hasn't had enough time to fully dry. So I would recommend, if you have time to wait a while before you use these to move on with that, you do. Otherwise, you risk pulling up what is already there. We just painted this on, and so there's a good chance it would get ruined if we jumped straight into this one. So I'm gonna be super careful and hope for the best, but we need to get the white bit down before we move on to the ombreing. So let's try it. Just gonna use my tweezers to peel one of these up off of here, and then let me actually move it to this end. I'm gonna look, and we're gonna try and place this centered, because where we put this is where we're gonna also want to line up. Dang it, I touched it. Well, that's where it's gonna be. I'm gonna gently press that down, going on both, and hopefully we got it in a good place. It's a little bit uneven. I was going to try and put it a little bit lower, but what's done is done. This is where it's gonna be. I'm gonna press that down in that corner because you do want a good edge. If this lifts up, you could get paint underneath it. Now, we're gonna go ahead and just paint the tip of this as you would normal. Just go downwards with it. That way you're not pushing it up underneath that tape. Okay, and then while this is still wet, you're gonna peel this sticker off. If you wait for it to dry, then it can pull up your paint. Ooh, look what it did. You see how it left like this weird line? Hopefully that will vanish with top coat. That's one of the risks. So that's why I say if you can wait a while before you do it, I recommend you do. I'm gonna dry this one in the nail dryer and then top coat it so that that white is sealed in, and then we can move forward. All right, that's good for now. It's time to move on. So I'm gonna use this triangle sponge. I just find these to be the easiest to hold while doing this. And we're gonna use, I was gonna say we're gonna use this side, but this side's kind of dirty. I wonder if I can clean it off. If you use a dusty sponge, you're gonna have dust in your ombre, and I don't want that. All right, that's probably the best we're gonna get. But the reason I'm picking that side is just because it's curved. Like, you don't have to, you can use any side. And then also you're gonna look at how long your nail is compared to this sponge so that you know about how far you need to go with paint. And so for me, I need to go a little over halfway. Yeah, so 2/3 even. So we're gonna open our 3 paints. Don't set them too close together because you don't wanna knock one over while reaching for another. And I'm gonna go orange at the bottom, pink in the middle, purple at the top. That's the way I'm gonna gradient. The vibe is like a sunset. So you wanna be semi-generous, like it doesn't need to be crazy or anything, but your sponge is going to soak up a lot of your product. And so you do want to use enough of it to accommodate that soaking and then still have some. All right, let me put a little bit more purple because those other ones have some sitting on top and that one don't. So I like to then gently just kind of squeeze the sponge. That helps it to soak in that excess, okay? And then once you have your sponge ready, you're gonna do a tap and kind of go across, and you can even go back and forth a little bit, and that's how you get your blend. So let's do it. Now you can protect your finger with liquid latex or those little barrier stickers or whatever you like to use. I don't care enough. I just clean mine up after the fact with acetone. All right, that is a great first coat. We're gonna do 2 coats of this, but because it's a ombre, we need to make sure it's good and dry before we go in with our second coat. Otherwise it just peels this one up. And so now I need to put some more paint so we can move to the next one. I should have made the pink section smaller because it is quite huge. I think I might try to, though it's not necessarily a problem. Let's let that soak in just a little bit. Now we're gonna do the same thing on this one. All right, that's pretty good. We're basically just rinse and repeat. We're just gonna keep doing this until we have all of our nails. Okay, now we need to do the thumb. There's a wrinkle in the middle of this sponge, and I feel like it's having an effect on the center at the bottom where that wrinkle is. I don't really like that. Should have used the other side because it's smoother. But let's try and get this part done. Yeah. Okay. Yep, that's looking pretty good. I spilled a little bit of my pink here. Just gonna wipe that off a little bit because I don't want to stick my hand in it, because I certainly will. Now, this one is dry enough. We can start back on this end and go ahead and get our second coat on. Our sponge is starting to get pretty full of paint, so honestly, we may not need to add more each time. I'm gonna pull some of this orange off if I can, because it's like a lot. Let's do our second layer. That looks great. I'm gonna see if we can't just continue along without adding more. Yeah, actually we can, and that is looking fabulous. Look at that. Those are beautiful. Okay, now we need to work on this guy. And the way we're gonna do that, we're gonna put a tip guide on it, but then we're gonna flip our sponge and use this end so that I can tap it like that, right? So let me get another one of these off. We're gonna try and line it up exactly where that other one was and hope for the best. That's pretty good. Yeah, I would say that's close enough. All right, let's get our paint on. Now, this one is much smaller, so we need to be pretty careful with how far we go. Okay, that's absorbing in there a little bit. Now, let's do our taps. I got a little bit on my nude. I'm gonna try and clean that up quickly. That's what having a good top coat does, is it lets you fix mistakes sometimes. There we go, we were able to get that purple off. And I want to actually be able to put a little bit more, but I've got to be super careful. Yeah, that's pretty good, I would say. Let's peel that off. Okay, it is not the worst. All right, so these are looking really good already. But the real secret is the top coat. I don't know if you've heard me say it before, but the way top coat works is it melts the top layer of your polish so that it smooths. And that's how we're gonna get these ombres to become seamless and creamy. Let's go ahead and get them covered. I'll do the French one last. I want to get these full cover ones first. They've had the longest amount of time. I forgot to even put these in the dryer, but it took so long, and it's like stamping, so not stamping, it's a sponging, so they were drying as they were going. They look great. Now I am gonna dry this, and then we've got to clean up all this purple. Wow, they look incredible. The way we're gonna clean this purple up though is I'm gonna use this cleanup brush and this here little bowl of acetone, and I'm just gonna clean this off. I'm gonna do this super quick and then I will be right back. And there you have it. These are amazing. They are beautiful. They are smooth and creamy and seamless. Now this one is lighter than the others because we only did do one coat. We could have done two, but it's gorgeous. Let me know, what do you think of this ombre? Have you done the sponge method? And if not, do you now feel more confident to try it? And do you like the French ombre? I think it's pretty cool. You can go ahead and wear your nails like this or even do art on top of it, but this I think is the perfect look for the summer. Let me know, what's your favorite method for making gradients?